Hey everyone, welcome to part 5 of my GDS learning journey. I hope you're enjoying the series thus far. Today I'd like to focus on the mobile access options using Grandstream Secure Access app. Primarily we're going to look at remote unlock, Bluetooth unlock, and dynamic QR code unlock for visitors. Let's get right to it. Alright, so getting started with mobile access requires a few things for you to know. The first is it requires a GDMS account. That stands for Grandstream Device Management System. Now, you may already have a GDMS account, and if you do, you're good to go. And if not, you'll be able to create one during the sign-up process after downloading and installing the app. So that said, I just want to take you quickly through the Getting Started section of the help doc, which, by the way, I will link down below in the video description. So it says here under download and installation, the Secure Access app, which is the name of the app, can be downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on your respective device. Now, if you're running an Android device, it requires version 10 or later, and if you're running an iOS device, it requires version 13 or later. Go ahead, download, install, and launch the app. And when prompted, you want to allow Bluetooth, location for Bluetooth unlocking, and notification permissions. Looking at the next section here where it says creating or obtaining an account, again, it reemphasizes that you need a GDMS account. We're going to focus on number 2, the ordinary user resident. So if you're an ordinary homeowner user, you can register for the new account during the sign-up process. So you'll do that. You'll launch the app, and where it says log in or create account, you'll create the account or sign up, it might say. You'll go through these steps here, which is the registration process, and when you're all said and done, you'll be able to log in at the login page. So I'm going to show you the app now. We're going to do a demonstration on how to add the DoorStation to the app and show you how to do remote unlock, how to do Bluetooth unlock, and how to do the dynamic QR code unlock for visitors. Stay tuned. Alright, so I have the Secure Access app installed on my iPhone. I'm already logged in and I'm on the home screen, and you can see here the option is to add the DoorStation. Now, to add the DoorStation, we have to put the DoorStation into pairing mode. So I'm going to do that by pressing the green button on the front and holding it for 10 seconds until it starts beeping to confirm that it's actually in pairing mode. Okay, so we're in pairing mode. We're going to hit Add DoorStation. It finds it immediately. We're going to say Agree to the terms and give it a name. We added it, so I'm going to press the green button on the DoorStation a second time to take it out of pairing mode. We'll go to the settings. We'll just hit the check mark at the top to confirm. And we'll go back to the home page now, and you can see now I have the actual 3725 listed there under available DoorStations. Now, if I had multiple DoorStations, they would all be listed here on this page. From this page, we can do a couple of things. We can initiate a voice call, a video call, and then we also have a remote unlock option. Let's say you're at work and your kid comes home from school and is locked out of the house. If your kid called you, then you can hit remote unlock to unlock the door, let your kid in the house. So that's the remote unlock feature. It's built right directly into the app. It works great. At the very bottom in the center, you have a large blue circle with a key in it. That's your Bluetooth unlock. So you can press Bluetooth unlock if you're in the vicinity of the DoorStation and unlock the door via a Bluetooth unlock. And then if we go over to the Me icon on the lower right, and we go to Door Unlock Settings, it says Permission Settings for Unlock via one tap, and you can see the Bluetooth permission is authorized and the phone Bluetooth is on. And then underneath that it says Hands-Free and Shake Phone. So there are 2 more ways you can use Bluetooth to unlock the door, and that would be just if you had hands-free turned on and you were in the vicinity of the door would unlock. Now, I prefer to keep that off in a real life situation because I could be standing at my front door doing something, not meaning to have it unlock. So I personally would leave that off, but I do like, the shake phone option, because if I do want to get in the house, I just simply shake the phone and you can see that the door is unlocked. All right, so let's go back to the home screen because we talked about remote unlock, which I said we would. We talked about Bluetooth unlock, and we have the Bluetooth unlock button at the bottom. We have the shake phone option, which I just showed you, and then the hands-free option. If you want to enable that, you could use that as well. However, the third option we talked about that we would cover today in the video was the dynamic QR code creation for a visitor. So up at the top of the app, let's hit temp key, and I apologize for coughing. Let's hit the plus sign at the bottom to create our QR code. So I'm going to call this test visitor. The available devices, we're going to select this device. That's the 3725 relay out. We'll confirm it. We'll give it an easy password of 1234. No problem. We'll leave the notes and the reason blank for now. Under valid time, we could change the valid time. So let's just say this is for somebody who's flying in from another state and they need it in 3 hours from now. Well, you could set that here, but we're going to leave it set to 15 minutes for now, the default. I do apologize. And then what I do want to set is the number of times the door will unlock using this code. So if I turn that on and I put the unlock limit to 1, the QR code can only be used 1 time. Now, because I'm doing an Apple Play screen sharing, the QR creation is done, but you can't see it in the background. So I need to stop the AirPlay so that I could demonstrate the QR code and show you how it will unlock the door. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back. You can see the QR code on my screen. To unlock the door station, all I need is to hold it in front of the camera. It unlocked. And because I set the unlock limit for this QR code to 1, it could only be used 1 time to unlock the door. So if I attempt to unlock the door again using the same QR code, it should not unlock the door. And you could hear by that tone that it failed to unlock the door strike. All right, so one of the things I want to also show you is right here on this page, under the account control settings under user management. By adding the account to my mobile phone, it added the user here in the web interface, but notice it says here app side. And what I've noticed is that the accounts created from the Mobile Secure Access app take precedence over accounts created here in the web user interface. So it created this SIP number here. This basically is a cloud SIP number. So if I go back over to the basic settings and I go to doorbell settings, it added the cloud call number to the doorbell call settings. So if you remember in the last video, I entered 203 myself so that I can use the GDS SIP integration to unlock the door from my desk phone. But now it added the cloud call number that was created via the user that was created in the app. So now what will happen is here it's set to doorbell call mode. Select the call mode of the doorbell. Parallel hunting call will call both numbers obviously simultaneously. Serial hunting will call in a sequence. So right now I have it set to serial hunting. So if I press the green doorbell button on the front of the display, it should call my phone, my mobile phone first, because the app takes precedence over manually created users in the web user interface. So let's do that. It's going to get a little noisy here, but I'll try to show this to you. So I'm going to go ahead and press the call button. You can see now on the computer display, it's calling the SIP cloud number. When you can see it here in my phone, I could see the video feed from the actual doorbell. Now, I can accept the call and sorry about that feedback, and unlock the door from the mobile app that way, or if I reject the call on the mobile app, the serial hunting will then start ringing the desk phone, and you should see that change on the screen. So let's do that one more time. Okay, so I'm going to reject the call on the mobile app. And now you see it's calling extension 203. Okay, so we just unlocked the door that way. All right, so if we change the doorbell call mode to parallel hunting and say save and apply, then it should call both simultaneously. So let's see what it does. Yep, it's calling both simultaneously. So it's ringing my mobile phone and my phone back there. So I could also probably end the call just by pressing the call button on the device. All right, so there you go. There's your mobile access options using Grandstream Secure Mobile Access app. If you found any value in the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. And if you'd like to watch more now, please click the video on the screen. And thank you so much for watching.